Have you gone from one healing modality to the next, chasing that last method that is going to help you heal all your problems and it's going to get you aligned with your purpose in life? Maybe you've even heard of so many different modalities that you haven't even started yet because it feels like a lot that you have to do. What if the alternative of this is that you can simply have the certainty that you don't have to heal anything, and yet things are going to change? That's precisely what I want to cover here in this video, because we sometimes see this view on ourselves as something that needs to continuously improve, that needs to heal, that needs to align itself with the new vibration and the new thing. And all of this is honestly just spiritual jargon that is thrown out there because we feel that that's what we have to do. And everybody seems to be doing that. So how can we honor what actually is happening in everybody and at the same time say with total certainty that I don't have to heal anything? So first, as always, I want to kind of explain what it is that is the problem. The only problem here is that we identify with that which is healing. And I'm going to turn this word later on into something else so you can understand what truly is happening. But first, let's just honor the word of healing. Healing is happening. The mind is conditioned, and so it needs to be deconditioned through some process. And this is okay until we identify with that which heals. So I am the one that is being healed. So you're beginning to see how through the direct path or non-dual understanding of reality, we begin to see the separate self. That's the one that's being healed. The only one that needs healing is the separate self. So as long as you identify and strengthen to create this strong image of the separate self, then you're going to be continuously healing. And that is the problem. Now, how do we see this as something true? As I said, the conditioned mind. That is what we see as something that is happening. There is a conditioned mind that now is being deconditioned. It's being changed. It's being transformed by one method or another. And here's where every single modality of healing is doing the same thing. And it's focusing in this identification with the mind, to breaking identification with the mind. Because as the mind continues to bring up all the traumas and all the stories and all the narratives that we have in our mind, there's simply just identification with that. There is an idea that I am the one that did this. I am the one that is suffering this. I am the one that carries this. I am the one that does this all the time. There is always I involved in whatever narrative the mind is playing. So this identification with the mind is what's really happening. And you see, the key thing is to see that that is happening on its own. I'm not in control of it. And we're going to see a way in which we can actually see both things play at the same time. The one thing is that the conditioned mind is going to decondition itself. It's going to change. It's going to be purified. And on the other hand, there is nobody doing it, and it's just happening. So how do we accomplish both without getting identified again with some sort of character that is the one that is being healed? Here's what we do. Because we see that there is I involved in thought, and this is the practice that you can implement right now because you have enough mental information that is coming through that can help you do this. So at some point, if you want to pause the video and try this out, go ahead and actually see it happening and unfolding. Every narrative, anything that makes you feel like you need to heal, that you need to change, has an I involved in it, right? There is an I that needs to change. And there's usually an ideal of what that I would look like after healing. There's something that is promising. Okay? Notice it. Without this, there is no identification with the mind. And that's what we want to get into. So if it's not you who needs to change, who needs to transform, to align, to heal, etc., all of these words mean the same thing. It's a process of purification of the mind. But the only thing that needs to be purified is the self. Who is the one that is identifying with the narrative? Now, again, look for it. Look for who is this I, and you're not going to find it. You're only going to find I, or myself, my sense of being. Great. So now stay with that. Stay with your state of being. And just simply be with whatever narrative is playing. That's it. There's nothing else to do, just to observe and watch the narrative play and know I am not that. I am simply observing that which is informing me, but it is not informing me of who I am. It's simply informing me of a narrative, of something. It's memory. Just like when we remember something abstract, some concept, we're not identifying with it. It's just a passing thought that informs us and it goes away. It doesn't inform us of our identity. Keep doing it. Just keep listening to whatever narrative plays out that you need to change. And you do not depend on that to be. Simple as that. Another story may build upon this one and say, yes, but once we do this, we will become this, and we will look like this, and we will do these things. Let that be, again, another narrative, another story that is informing yourself, but it is not informing who you are. It's simply informing you of something, not who you are. And just let it play. We're not moving away from it, which is usually what we do. It becomes intolerant for us and we just distract ourselves. But we're also not identifying with it. We're not allowing it to inform us of who we are. Just let it play out. And at this single practice, you are doing two things. The first one, you're breaking identity with the narrative. You're not identifying anymore with whatever it says about you. It says about a character. It says something about some past memory, but not about you. Because who you are is not identified by that. And the other thing, that is a direct way to begin to alleviate or purify that narrative. The other thing that is extremely powerful, way different than anything else that we can try, is that now we are cutting from the roots the reason why we still identify with every other narrative. Remember, healing or the need for heal is only needed when there is a narrative informing you of something from the past. Always. If you disidentify from that narrative and simply let it play, you're doing two things. One, that narrative weakens. It doesn't inform you anymore. It gets weaker and weaker and weaker over time because you're taking away the only thing that matters. It's not the story. It's not what happened. It's not the pain that you felt. It is the identity that you still have with it. So, let it be. It's not you. And at the same time, because you're recovering your own identity, you are strengthening your true identity. So here's the magic. When other narratives come and play in your mind, you're going to be so much more secure of who you are that you won't even have to do the same amount of disidentification that you did before. Actually, you just see as, oh, it's not just another narrative, and another one, and another one, and another one. And it becomes like a snowball that keeps growing like an avalanche eventually, that purifies the whole mind. And it's just one single practice, one single thing that you do, which is return attention to its source. Remember, attention is being invested in the narrative. You are the source of attention. And so you identify with the narrative. Take it away, let it play. Do not reject it. Do not let another narrative come and say, that's not me. Oh, I definitely do not identify with that. I am something else. I am the infinite. I am the creator. Don't let that play either. That's another one that is trying to inform you and identify you with something. Be the silent awareness that you are. If that one or another one is informing you and telling you how you should be and feel, notice that it's another one. Take it away. Take away your identity and let it play. Nothing else. Just be that peaceful, silent awareness that you are. Ask the question, am I really that? Am I really that creator? Whatever that means. Am I really God? Am I really the infinite? Who am I in this moment? Not an abstract thought. As beautiful as the word may mean for you in whatever context, in this moment, we're simply being who we are. Better than remembering who you are is being who you are knowingly. And that is what we call meditation. It's a simple state of being who you are knowingly, consciously aware of who you are. That's it. So we're not pushing away any narrative. We're just disidentifying with it. It's just another story. Just like when we watch a movie or read a book or we are told a story from somebody else or some characters, we are invested in it, meaning that we pay attention to it, and then no longer, it goes away. This is the key for healing, and every single healing modality has this at its core. It is a way to either substitute the narrative for another one that is less painful or even more positive, and that's okay. We're taking away identity, see? Or any other modality that is saying that's something that happened in the past, you're not anymore that, you're something else. Here, we don't know who we are. Because when we really look into the question of who I am, I find nothing. All I find is this peaceful awareness, spacious, that is silent and doesn't say anything about itself. Only the mind can say anything about itself, and that's why the mind can never identify its source, because to see it, it must think something, and that thinking already takes away the nature of being. This is the only thing that is needed, and it'll help you out in absolutely everything. It doesn't require any advanced practice, nor any complexities of concepts or understandings. It only needs that you ask the question sincerely, who am I in this moment? Who is the one that is being informed? And allow that to be the guiding star of every single meditation that you do, whether that is in a very peaceful mind or in a very agitated mind. Always go to the same place, which is yourself. Anything else is optional. And it's actually welcome in this practice, because this practice is a simple understanding of who you are in the moment, an undeniable truth that you can carry with you. In fact, you carry with you all the time. It just needs to be remembered. And that is what we call the essence of meditation, not just reserved for the sitting practice, but for your walking, your sitting, your standing, your lying, every single honorable position of the human body. This is welcome. It's a constant recognition of who you are, and that's the peaceful, loving, silent awareness that you are. I hope this video is helpful to you if you are still caught in the idea that you are the one that is being healed, because this is something that eventually needs to go away. Every single identity, even if it's a very spiritual one, must die for you to know yourself and be yourself knowingly. Remember, that is the highest state of being, to be yourself knowingly, knowing that you're not something that can be identified, but actually something that simply is, And it is pure, spontaneous, authentic being. Every one of you are. Every one of us are. And it's just a matter of uncovering that identity that is still stuck in the mind, just returning it. One single practice will take away particular conditionings in the mind, while also debilitating the one that is conditioning the mind. And so liberation happens. Once again, I hope this video was helpful, that you have a wonderful day full of peace and joy, and I'll see you in the next video.